against Lockridge and Kilgore. Now, most of what we do is civil litigation of one form or another. We do take on some criminal cases. Those are very few and usually court appointed, and we do volunteer family law. It's very interesting. Even when you do the same type of cases every day, there's always something new and something different. No matter what kind of law you practice, even if it's contracts and real estate, wills and probate, no matter what part of the law you happen to think is boring, there's always something new and something different, something that's just a little bit off in every situation. And in some cases, you really are helping people. In other cases, maybe you're setting a right or wrong. And even if you're not doing those wonderful, laudable kind of things, you're still making a difference every day by making sure that things run the way they're supposed to. Well, the two biggest things, and one of which happened multiple years ago, was the change in the discovery rules. And now they limit the number of questions that you can ask. They set aside a group of specific questions that everyone routinely asks in every litigation section and every litigation lawsuit, and said, that's this new kind of discovery now. And they limit, like I said, the other types of discovery that you can do. And that was a big change when it happened. That was huge. It completely revamped the way that everybody did their discovery, their written requests for answers. And then the next biggest thing has been that people have been moving more and more towards electronic documents. Even if it started out as paper, they send it to you in an electronic format. And it's easier to house and it's easier to deal with that way. It depends on the day and it depends on the case. If you're talking about a case that has 100,000 pages, well, obviously it's easier to house those documents inside a computer than it is to house them on a shelf and go through all the papers and every single time you need something. It's obviously easier to search, but you're still dealing with, whether it's electronically or it's paper, you're still dealing with 100,000 pages of documents. And at some point, somebody still has to review those documents and figure out which of those documents actually go with your case and which of them don't. We'll continue to see more and more electronic discovery. Like I said, it's much easier to house, it's much easier to work with in terms of, oh wow, I need to find the paper that has this date on it and this name, and you can pop in your criteria. As long as you know actually how to use them and you put them in the databases and you build them in the correct programs and you code them, then it's easier to deal with. If you can't do those things or you don't know someone who can, then it really doesn't matter one way or the other whether you're talking about paper or whether you're talking about a PDF, because it's still going to be a huge hassle to try to find what you want. Well, electronic filing is the next biggest thing, and being able to electronically access the clerk's documents online. The internet is really shrinking the world, and for me, in that respect, it's a wonderful thing. I'm no longer trying to beat the postman. I'm no longer trying to figure out what is the latest time that I can drop this in the mail and it's going to get filed. Now I can sit at my computer until 11:59 p.m. and file something, and it's filed the second that it hits the system. And so that takes pressure off of us, because now we're not racing the clock as much as we were. The biggest thing is to find out how technology is going to help you, because that really is how we're moving.